Hi, friends. It is Dr. Crystal. Super excited to be here with you today. Long time no live, I know, but I am looking forward to our special guest that should be arriving shortly and to sharing what we actually have to discuss today. Yes. From Butter'd Bodycare. She should be coming in shortly. Super excited to get into this conversation with you today. And there she is. Yay! Super excited to get into this conversation today on what really is in your routine, a clean beauty breakdown. And as we're waiting for some people to come, um, a little icebreaker.
Yeah.
If your skincare routine had a theme song, what would it be? And for those of you that are on now, you can drop your theme song in the comments. But I'm curious if if your skincare routine or your body care routine had a theme song, Miss Brittany, what would it be?
I love that question too. I thought of, because of the theme today, So Fresh and So Clean
Oh,
by Outkast, because what I love that song. It just makes you feel like your most confident self.
yes.
And usually after I do my skincare routine, like when I'm bare and bones, do my serums, do my body care routine, that's where I feel most confident. So I would say, of course, So Fresh, So Clean, and
I like
definitely double
that.
on
I like
with the
that. Now, I don't know if anybody's gonna know the song that I'm talking about, but it's literally called The Glow, and it is from my all-time favorite movie, The Last Dragon. So,
oh,
yes.
I didn't know that. Okay.
But I'm always looking for things that are gonna give me a nice little glow, nice little radiant skin. I want to look a little sun-kissed, so I think that would be the theme song for my skincare, my body care routine, because I always want a little shine, a little glisten, a little warmness. So I think that would be mine. I actually That's my favorite movie, and it took me a while to think of a song, but when I was like, the whole song is about glowing. So yes.
I love that. I need to note it literally because
Yes.
playlist going too. So,
Yeah.
the more the merrier. What makes you feel good? That's all that
It
matters. So,
definitely, I mean, I just love the movie, so it definitely makes me
yeah.
feel good. Um, so hey, curl friends, hey, clean conscious skincare friends. I am Dr. Crystal, and I have a very exciting guest here with me today. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself, but we're going to get into all things clean conscious beauty, and we're going to let you know why Buttered Body Care is the must-try skincare product, body care product of the season. So, Miss Brittany, if you would like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Buttered Body Care, that would be amazing.
Yes. So, thank you for that. Hello, everyone. I can't see you guys in the comments for some reason, but I'm happy
Hmm.
to see. I think you mentioned Curl Friends and all the others. I'm Brittany. I'm founder of Buttered Body Care. We've been in business for about 4 years now, and we're essentially the better for you, I say better for us, alternative to body care. So just thinking of what's on the market from like a moisturizing standpoint, the Vaselines, the Jergens, the Niveas, the things that we essentially grew up on, moisturizing ourselves generationally. We want to be a cleaner version of that. So we do have a line of various moisturizers, textures from creams, body butters, oils, and then we do have a non-petroleum skin jelly, which is really popular too. So I'm just here bringing like feel good ingredients to our community, that's fun, that's new, and of course of the new generation. So yeah.
And I think that's really, really amazing. One of the reasons why I love this brand, and one of the reasons why I thought this conversation would be
Yeah.
good, is because currently there's lot of information that is coming out about endocrine disruptors and clean beauty not being so clean.
Mm-hmm.
It's specifically for Black women, the products sometimes that we love, that we've been drawn to, that we use, we're now finding out that these products don't have the safest or the best ingredients. And
Yeah.
so super excited to be having this conversation with you. One, because of my commitment to bringing clean beauty to my consumers, and then also because there are Black women in this space that are intentional about the products that they're creating, that
Yeah.
are intentional about the ingredients that they're using, and that are also intentional about making sure that they create a quality product with our health and our personal skincare and body care needs in mind. And that is exactly what Buttered has been able to do. And that is what Buttered has done. And so I'm super excited that we are now partnering together to help bring Butter to more of our consumers so that we can really be committed to helping people find quality products. Because you don't have to be stuck with what you've been used to, what you think is only available, and then also you don't have to be uninformed
Yeah.
about what. So I think that's very, very, very important.
I
Can you
love.
tell us, because I know a lot of people want to use the term clean beauty. Can
Mm-hmm.
you tell us a little bit more about clean beauty and what it really is, and what it really isn't?
Yeah, so clean beauty is essentially a term that was developed, I think, a little bit over a decade ago now, in comparison to what we were learning at the time of what is toxic. And it's basically a sentiment of using ingredients that are non toxic for our skin. And when I say non toxic, I mean no cancer causing chemicals, being mindful of preservatives, things like that, that can really disrupt our hormones, what we're talking about. So clean can be subjective across paraben free, preservative free. Um, I forget the others, or plant
Mm-hmm.
based. You know, these ingredients that are more natural can be considered clean, or free of the chemical based ingredients that I kind of mentioned before. What's interesting about the word clean is that it's not regulated. So a brand can be called clean, but what does that really mean? You know, like, so what's really important to those who are listening, is to consider those seals that say clean at Target, clean at Sephora, because those are a little bit more regulated, compared to, like, I'll say Jergens. I'm sorry, I'm just calling everybody out today, but saying, "Oh, this product is clean." But what does clean mean to that brand? Clean for me is free of preservatives, free for any mineral oils, which is seen in most moisturizers, parabens, petroleum is, is the main one, and yeah, that's like my no-no list for sure of what's clean to me. So,
And I
great
think that
question.
that's actually really good.
Yeah.
And as a brand that is committed to making sure that first as a pharmacist,
Yeah.
as a pharmacist who has created a brand that wants to make sure that we are committed to providing access to quality products that help promote wellness, I think when you spoke about like clean at
Mm.
Sephora, at a store, Bold Culture Beauty is actually working on implementing their own version of clean at Bold
Yeah,
Culture
I
Beauty.
love
So
that.
extra layer of scrutiny, especially for Black women, because there are a lot of products that carry endocrine disruptors. There are a lot of ingredients that aren't, they have consistently been promoted to us, or placed in the products that are promoted to us, but they aren't good for us. And so, as a pharmacist, as a Black woman who has been exposed to these products, and I guess has experienced some of the fallout or the,
Right.
the side effects from these products, I am making it my mission now to ensure that I'm giving people access to products that are actually clean, that are scrutinized by
Yeah.
me, that are vetted by me, so that I can bring better products with better ingredients to the people that I serve. And so I think that is very important. And so when I think of clean, I do think of things that don't have preservatives,
Yeah.
things that don't have endocrine disruptors, things that don't have sulfates and phthalates, things that don't have formaldehyde releasers.
Yes.
So was using a product. I'm not going to say the name of it, but I was using a product before, and I started looking at the ingredients that were in the back, and I was putting it on. It was like a facial cream put on my face, and people were like, "Oh, your skin looks so nice." Bruh, it had a formaldehyde releasing ingredients in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, this is probably extreme, like I was embalming my face, but literally, like you're putting all of these ingredients on your skin, and you have no really a real idea
Yeah.
of what they're actually doing to your body or to your skin. So I have now, like even to the toothpaste,
Mm,
been
yeah. Yeah.
know about the ingredients that are in things, the ingredients that are in shampoos, and I'm going to bring this same level of scrutiny to every product that we have. So you may see some products go away, or you may see
Yeah.
some products. Um, and you're definitely going to see new products that are coming in, but I am committed to ensuring that my curl friends and my conscious beauty
Mhm.
friends and people that really want to be informed about good quality products have
Yeah.
access to those good quality products, so we don't have to um, settle for what is
Mhm.
out there, and we don't have to keep subjecting ourselves to things that are harmful and things that are not helpful.
Yeah.
um, as a black woman who has struggled with
Mm,
fibroids, to learn that a lot of the things that we historically use to straighten our hair or to even put on our skin or in our makeup, even in our braiding hair, like a lot of these ingredients can contribute to those things. When I was shocked, but then it's like there has to be something better. And so now I am committed to developing our own vetting process and scrutinizing the products that we have in the store, and then being more intentional about bringing better products with better ingredients into the store,
yeah. Oh, you cut out. Oh, are you back? Mhm.
and our safety, and that are still effective, high
Good.
quality, and give the same, if not better, results. So
Yeah.
I'm super excited
I love.
about that, and I'm glad
Yeah.
that I'm partnering with you in that way to bring an amazing brand to
Thank you. I'm excited too. And one thing I thought of when you were talking is like so many people don't know this, and it's not to anyone's fault. We don't
right.
choose the toxic products, right? But they're so heavily marketed to us. To us.
Yes.
And that is the and that's why I mentioned a little bit earlier, clean is not regulated. So and we're marketed the toxic products. So you existing and saying you're betting on your own before you're marketing it to us, I think is really important. And that's what I'm intentional about too. It's like the vetting process of a new product and the ingredients and where it's coming from, and all of these things, just not for me and my personal lifestyle, is for our community too. So I love that seal of approval that you're having.
And I think that is, I want to do the heavy lifting for people.
Right.
I want
Yeah.
them to be able to trust that when they come, it is quality that they're getting.
Mm,
Quality from what they view online to quality in real life. And I'm not just saying it because it sounds good and it's cute and
yeah.
it brings people, but I'm saying it because
Hmm.
to be able to give people a sense of relief that they don't have to worry when you walk in here, you're getting something.
Yeah.
I want to be able to help them in that way.
I love that. It's just trust at the end of
Yes.
the day. Yeah. Something that you can trust. So I love that. Awesome.
So tell me a little bit about, we know what you carry. Tell me a little bit about how you started, and why this skincare, Buttered, is more than just a hobby or something you created because skincare is what's in right now. But
Yeah.
what was the drive behind creating Buttered Body Care, and why is it something that we need
Yeah.
right
Yes, I love that question. So I started as a kid, like a teenager. I naturally gravitated, like, the natural boom that we're talking about of like when we're learning what clean actually is and what natural actually is. I fell in love with that. I fell in love with um like, oh, avocados and like actually using ingredients from the planet Earth can actually help us instead of what I'm just using or what my mom's telling me to use. Um, as like a teenager, I was like, I remember being 12, 13, just being in my mom's kitchen, having fun and understanding what is better. And in combination of me just being curious, the products were actually working for my skin and my hair specifically at the time. It was me starting my natural hair journey, and then it got it trickled into like my body care and all the things. So it naturally just improved my beauty routine, I will say, like in totality. My hair was softer, my skin wasn't as reactive, and I felt better about knowing what was going on my skin. So I was buying a lot of bulk and raw ingredients and just mixing things again as a teenager. But I never even thought of it being a business. I was doing it for myself for years. And it wasn't until I got to college where I was like, oh, okay, my roommate started using it and other people, and it kind of trickled on. And it wasn't until I decided it would be a formal business in the pandemic where I actually like did extensive research and like actually went through a process of creating a business. So that was important to me too. But yeah, it kind of just started from my own curiosity of like what beauty means to me as an individual, and then of course what a business will actually mean, existing in the world. So that's kind of how I got
And I think that's really good, especially since a lot of times we have been told what beauty should mean, what is
started.
beautiful.
Yes.
Um, and so being able to define beauty on your own terms and then being able to create something that supports
Yeah.
um, what is beautiful to you is amazing. Because oftentimes we're told what beautiful is, and then there's nothing that actually meets our needs
Yeah.
to support that standard of beauty for us. And so I can appreciate that you were able to define beauty on your own terms and then also create something that supports that definition of beauty,
Yeah.
or what you see as beautiful, and actually addresses the needs of people that look like you, the concerns of people that look like you, with an intention of it being effective and useful,
Yeah.
um, and also solving a problem for all of us, because we all want to have smooth,
Yeah.
radiant, glowing. So
Yeah. Honestly, it's a lifestyle. Like again, I gravitated towards it really, really early, but I eat clean. We talked about toothpaste earlier. My toothpaste is clean. Like my shampoo is like, it just became my identity at some point. So yeah, it kind of starts with us, like you and I know your background. You're like centered around this. I'm sure you
Mhm.
live, eat, breathe this. So yeah, the person that may not, and it's just understanding that's why we're existing and that's why this live is here, for that person that may not be all the way there but get them there. So that's essentially what my business is existing for. Yeah.
And I think that's good, because sometimes for people that are just hearing the things in the headlines,
Mm.
that are seeing all the things that are popping up on social media, it can be a little overwhelming. Also,
Yeah.
oh, do I have to throw all of this stuff away? How do I identify what the ingredients are? I don't even know what these words are. They're too big. They're too long. They're too strange.
Yeah.
Um, how am I supposed to know if what I am using is helping or hurting me? And I think for brands to be committed to, one, being more transparent with the ingredients that they have in their products, where they're getting those ingredients from, how they're using them, identifying even down to the fragrance, what is in the
Mm.
fragrance. I think it's very important, and it's actually useful and helpful, because for consumers, it can be overwhelming, and if you aren't adequately informed, or if what you have heard or seen um, kind of makes you fearful or skeptical or worry about what you're using, it is nice to have brands that are committed to kind of easing you into clean beauty, informing you. I think that's one of the things for anybody that is considering brands, buying brands, interested in brands, or how to vet what brand should I be looking at, or what brand should I steer clear from. If you're looking at a brand and they're not trying to educate you, they're not trying to be transparent, they're not trying to give you more information about where their ingredients are sourced from, the labels are vague, but they're always talking about product claims, what it can do, what it can do, what it can do, but not what actually gives it the power to do what it can do. I think you should steer clear from those, because some people just aren't interested. in caring about the consumer. They're just interested
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
benefiting off of them. But if you have a brand like Buttered, like Bold's Culture Beauty, that is committed to informing you, giving you more information, helping you have better information so you can make informed and intentional decisions, even if it's not with me or not with us, but you walk away empowered and you know more, you understand more. I think those are the kind of brands that you should support
Yeah.
because they don't have anything to hide. Um, it actually helps make an informed and intentional consumer to me is better than someone that's just going to purchase on a whim. I want you to be informed. I want you to know why you're buying this. I want you to know why it's important to you. I want you to know why it matters. And so I think brands that are committed to educating, that are committed to sharing information and empowering their consumers are brands that consumers should be looking for,
Yeah.
because why don't you want us to know what's in your products? Why don't you want
Yeah.
what these
Yeah.
ingredients are? So I think that's important.
Yeah. I feel the same. I like what you said earlier. Like, if they're not hiding, like if you could get in contact with the company, because people ask, like, the website, not even me personally, or like Instagram. Some people are just browsing on the website and asking questions about the product. If you can't get a clear, straight answer within a couple of days, as simple as that, like, that is itself a red flag. Because a lot of businesses aren't, they consider themselves clean, but they're not transparent. They're not necessarily transparent or open or wanting to have the conversation. They're like, do you want to buy it or not? And going to the next person. Even if you buy from us or not, I still want you to know what this ingredient is so you can know for the next business. I remember I had a post of like, um, here's the list of ingredients to just watch out for. Save it on your next beauty run. It could be for your hair, your makeup. Sometimes the same preservative is in the makeup. So just keep this in mind. Save this for later, and that could help so many people. Just as simple as that. So a level of transparency there is definitely a green flag.
And it definitely is. And since we are talking about ingredients and transparency, one of the things that I want to point out that I think is absolutely amazing is that on the products, we tell you, not we, she
Yeah.
tells you where it comes from and what's in it. And I don't think it gets
Yes,
more
little
transparent
highlights.
or more clean than that. Like, you don't have to wonder. It's all over the website.
Yeah.
Who they are, what they do, and even initiatives within the community that they support. It's there for you to know that this isn't just a self-serving initiative, but that you're actually committed to serving others through your business. And I think that is important because um, I think business leadership, creating a business should be about serving and solving a problem versus just meeting your own needs through that business. And I think businesses that tend to go farther, last longer, and have a greater impact are those that are built on a foundation of service,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and making sure that they're solving a problem, and that they're creating and building a community that
Yeah.
creating a community that uplifts and empowers uh,
Yeah.
their consumers. And so I really do appreciate that. So we've talked a lot about clean beauty. Let's talk specifically about Buttered Beauty because
Yeah.
we have some amazing, amazing products
Yeah.
that you have here.
I have a few.
Yeah,
Let me.
I have a few too. I had a few
Ooh.
samples. I had actually had a customer come in the store today that was actually very excited about Buttered and Bold Culture Beauty,
Yeah.
but I had a few samples, and so I've been playing around with
Okay.
stuff. I personally, I'm looking forward, and I have tried it before, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna try not to buy one off. Let the consumer, let the customers buy
Yeah.
it before I get into it.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited about the Hyper Mango Body Glaze.
Yeah.
So again, my theme song is glow. So anything that's gonna glow me up is what I want to use. But I'm super, super excited about it. Because it gives like this amazing glow, and then your skin feels so good and it also smells so good. So
Yeah.
um, tell us about some of your favorite products from
Yes.
Buttered, and what should we as consumers kind of try, or what should we be looking for? Um, some of your faves that you
I'm
have.
happy to. I think I gave you one of these. Did I? This
You did. I'm pretty sure you did. It
this
was in the email.
Yeah, maybe I can send it to you via
Yeah.
email. But this little one card thing is a breakdown of every single product and what's suggested to use them. My two favorites I have on me now is jelly and the hyper mango glaze that you mentioned a little bit earlier. But in total, we have six products, um, ranging from unscented products for like sensitive skin, which I do have, by the way, all the way to like our scented collections like vanilla and mango. So I'm using a mixture of both. I do a different mixture every season. Like, of course, when it's winter time, I do like two thicker products. So jelly is our non-petroleum jelly, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. It's very comparable. It's a little bit lighter, but it goes on so well, comparable to Vaseline or petroleum jelly itself. So it's made from castor oil, aloe vera oil, and vitamin E, and it just melts into your skin. I think the main aspect of us is this existing is to make sure your skin is actually getting the benefits of the product. So this is not gonna be overly greasy, sitting on your skin for hours. You're not gonna feel sticky when you run out the house. It actually absorbs into your skin. So every single product, the oil, the butter, and the jelly itself, they're made to absorb into your skin relatively quickly. So you're gonna get that glow, you're gonna get that shine, you're gonna get that smell, but without the like excess oil or greasiness that sometimes body care products or thick products can come with. That was like my first or second intention behind being clean. I wanted to make sure it felt good on the skin. So I'm doing jelly right now, and then I just go behind it with my body glaze that you were
Okay.
mentioning earlier. It smells so light, so supple,
It really does.
and it honestly it improves how your skin looks in the moment. But all of these products improve your skin over time. Like you're gonna see it be a little bit more firm, a little bit more I say bouncier just to not say elastic or something like that. But essentially you're gonna feel a little bit more firm in your skin barrier. Only because again, the goal is to build the skin barrier to absorb into the skin and make sure your skin is absorbing the actual ingredients. So I like literally if you can see the difference, but you are going to get that immediate glow right after, which of course we all love. So these are my two favorites that I'm stealing from my own warehouse at this point. But yeah, those are my two products. But we do have a line of butters, as well, all fluff, hyper mango, complementary to the oil, and then we have a very vanilla body cream, which people love. And then we do have our jelly that I just showed you. So a little bit of mixture of both, which you're not going to find with our products. Again, overly greasy products to things that are not clean or toxic. We really try to stay clear of anything that could be commercially considered toxic or an ingredient that you don't know about. It's literally not going to be in there. They're all natural ingredients. The butters are fair trade, so that means whoever's sourcing or whoever's creating the actual product on the farm, they're getting paid fairly. And I wanted to make sure of that as well. And we do donate to nonprofits. Every single purchase of our jelly removes 1 pound of plastic. So, to your point, we do have initiatives in place to make sure that we are giving back and making an impact. Even though I'm a small company, I'm still doing these things. So that says a big thing about those larger companies that do not. They are able to. It's never you're never too small to make an impact. So, yeah, that's just a little bit about us and why we exist and how we exist and how we keep our skin looking good. I'm honestly just doing this under the camera because I just feel so
It,
good.
it literally does. Now, I have not tried that combination, but I think that is going to be my next. I might have to order offline, but that's gonna be my next
Good,
my
good. Yeah.
combo to try. I think it is. It sounds amazing. Like when I was in the store with a customer earlier today, and we were trying it out. Like I put we were using the. She was like, "It's so smooth," but we were testing out the all fluff, and just again, I rubbed it in on my hand, and again, it's not excessively greasy, but like then it just melts into the skin, and it feels so. Like I had already put some on the back of my hand, and it feels so good.
I,
Like
yeah, the texture for the butters
it feels
were like,
so
that was
good.
the first product that I ever launched, and that was most important because butters could be so tacky, like tacky,
Yeah.
and it's like, no, I wanted something smooth, something that again can absorb, and something that's not oily. So all of the oils and all fluff, they absorb. I had to make sure they absorb within like 3 or 4 seconds. So um, yeah, so I'm happy the customer loved
So
it.
we do have one question, and then if y'all have any questions, make sure you drop them in the comments. Um, that which product would help with marks or even tone on the body? So for dark marks and evening out your skin tone.
So all of our products are centered around moisturizing and of course repairing the skin barrier. So in an instance where you already do have a scar and it is, let's say, what's something that you can scar from? Let's say a pimple. I would highly suggest adding a moisturizer on there to help aid in the kind of stability of that barrier. If you already do have hyperpigmentation, I would suggest the product that has vitamin C in it, and it is our mango collection. That can definitely help. Brighten up those dark marks. There's rose hemp oil in it as well, that can help repair that skin barrier and do cater to helping with those dark marks. And I can't see the questions. Are there any more? I said
I see some comments. I
some
see people have been jumping on. Hello to everyone that has been joining. Thank you for joining. Welcome. That was I think that was the only one that I can see also. Can you see the comments?
no, I can't see anything. No, I said hey guys just now, but I don't
Let's
see.
see.
Did you see my comment? Just put that.
Let me see. I see your comment. Yeah, I can see your comment. I don't know
No
why.
one. I don't know why. It's all
I don't know
good.
why.
You don't mind reading if any comes up, but yeah, I can.
No, I don't mind reading them if any comes up. So one of the things that I do want to ask you about, well, this is one of the things that
Yeah.
I was intentional about looking for
Mm,
in a body care product, and then the body care product that I was using, I realized that it had some ingredients in it that weren't the best for
mm-hmm.
me. But ceramides, I don't think people talk about them enough. I don't think people know what they are enough.
Yeah,
So if you could enlighten us about ceramides and why they're important and why they are a good ingredient to look, well, what kind of ingredients they show up in, and then why is it a good thing for us to have in our skincare
I
products?
love that. And I had a question for you, back to you after I answer
Okay.
this. Phenomenal question. Basically, ceramides, I always say it's like the glue between your skin barrier to make sure it's intact and healthy. So if you're ashy, as we say, or you're kind of flaky, that means that of course your barrier is compromised, but that means it could be an instance where you don't have a lot of ceramides into your skin. And that can come from your natural DNA of having fewer ceramides in your skin. Actually, black and brown consumers, we do have fewer ceramides because we have more melanin. So that's why people say, you're ashy, and it shows up on our skin more often because we do have fewer or lower levels of ceramides, which is very interesting when I found that out. So in ingredients, you're sometimes going to see ceramides plain on the ingredient because it can be synthetically created, and can be in like lip balms, serums can be shown to have ceramides, and I think a lot of body washes have them as well. For us, we use naturally based ingredients to kind of help ceramide production. So jojoba oil is a blessed ingredient. One, because it does help induce ceramide production, but also it's non-greasy and it's really good for all skin types, like dry, sensitive, you name it, it can help. And it's literally found in every product. Outside of the jelly, it's found in every single product of ours because of that fact. It's such a good ingredient. So yeah, it's one of like our key culprits to like why we get drier than most other, races or demographics is because of that ceramide ingredient in our skin and how we produce it. So yeah, and I had a question back to you. It's like, how do you find out? Because I'm sure people are in the live. How do you find out about the ingredient itself? Like when you're in the shower, when you are looking at your hair product and finding that it is a toxic ingredient inside, what triggers you to even look in the first place?
What triggers you to even look in the first place? I think the first thing, especially in the light of the things that have been coming on in the news that we've been seeing on social media, I think we should always be curious. I think that's the first thing that should happen. If you flip over, and I'm going to use this as this is the hypermango cream.
Yes.
For everybody.
My
If you
baby.
flip it over and read the ingredients, first of all, they're plain English. So
Yes.
that's a green flag.
Yeah.
And if you out, there's only like one,
I
two,
think
three, four, five, six
yes.
ingredients. So when we have products and we flip over the back and the ingredients list is massive, um,
Mm-hmm.
one of the red flags for me is if the ingredient list is massive, but the ingredients that they promote are at the bottom of the list, then that is a red flag for me because they're telling you it's rich with this and it's rich with that, but if it's at the bottom, the ingredients are usually in order of um, appearance or how much is in a product. So if it starts with a bunch of, and so synthetic is not necessarily
Right.
bad, but if it starts with a bunch of things that you cannot pronounce, and then that power ingredient is the last or the second to last or the third to last ingredient, that is a
Yeah.
red flag. Because one, it's not doing the power work that it says that it's doing. And then also, if you can't identify the purposes that it is serving towards actually fulfilling the claim that the product says that it is doing, then that is also a red flag. So there are apps that are out there that you can use to kind of scan the labels, product labels, and it will give you what these ingredients are. Some of them that might be more harmful, some of them that might be less harmful. Some of them will give you like a green flag or a thumbs up if these are
Mm-hmm.
good ingredients. I think it's a great place to start, but you also have to better understand your skin and its specific needs, or if you're looking at hair care products, your hair and its specific needs, and then your body and how it reacts to certain things. Now, if there are endocrine disruptors in there, those apps will tell you that, hey, this has been linked to being an endocrine disruptor, then of course, steer clear of those things, especially for Black women, because they're tied to some hormonal imbalances, the growth of fibroids. So you do want to kind of stay away from those kinds of ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
And but then there are some other things, like sometimes fragrance might not be a bad thing if they give you clear information on what, like some things will just say fragrance, and so you're just like, what does that mean? But if it gives you clear like fragrance that's derived from essential oils and these
Yeah.
essential oils are this, then you know, so that is safe. So I will look for transparency
Mm-hmm.
in the ingredients, the number of ingredients, and where those ingredients fall on the list is a good thing to look for. And then also just finding out where those ingredients are sourced from. And it synthetic is not bad, but
Yeah.
how regulated. Unfortunately, a lot of things as a pharmacist that are over the counter or readily accessible without a prescription, don't get regulated the same way as things that require a prescription, but you can use the apps, like the papaya app. There's another one called Bobby Approved, EWC, or I think G
Yeah,
also.
I think G.
Um, EWG also has things. I would just caution you because sometimes, just like with everything else, people have paid partnerships, people have sponsorships and support, and sometimes there's conflict of interest. But I think they are a great starting point, and then you have to do your due diligence to take it a step further so that you can better understand and see what the ingredients are and what the effects are that those ingredients may have. But I think the thing that should drive you to consider it, I think we should be curious about everything that we consume, everything that we put on our body, everything that we put in our hair. Our skin is our largest organ, and it covers every every inch of our body. And so, without getting too clinical,
Yeah,
like what we absorb into the skin gets absorbed into the bloodstream as well. And
yeah,
so you have to be mindful about that. And I think that's just spike curiosity, just from there. This is
yeah,
going on. But I don't think people think that once we put it on our skin, then what goes into our skin also goes into our blood. So I think you should always be curious about what you're using. I think even as a pharmacist, wasn't always curious enough because things that were marketed, I just assumed that they were safe. Another thing that you have to consider sometimes when it says like dermatologist tested, when it says green, when it says clean,
mm-hmm.
what does that actually mean? And if my homegirl is a dermatologist and she used it and her skin looks great, okay, that's dermatologist tested. But to what extent is that? And so I think you have to take those kind of things into consideration. Um, and I see one of our viewers is saying that social media has definitely had them looking at ingredients and wanting to be sure products are clean and healthy for sure. And I think that we should always be curious. We should always want to know what is in it, where did it come from, and then why are the things in there that are in there,
Yeah,
when they're
yeah,
in. Why is this in here? What purpose is it serving? What is it doing? And then what effect is that having on me? So you can use some of those apps. They are a great starting point. They are a great way to be informed about ingredient names and the way those ingredient names show up because even when you're looking on these labels, shea butter has like a chemical name.
yeah,
Water is a chemical, so we can't escape chemicals. Chemicals are a part of
yeah,
life, but we
yeah,
can't be informed about what those chemicals are and how they're being used and whether they are serving us and bringing us closer to our goals of healthy, radiant skin or healthy, radiant hair, or whether they're bringing with it some baggage that we don't necessarily
yeah,
want to be included in our beauty regimen. So we should always be curious, especially in light of what is going on. And then some products that you want to include, I think we've talked about them a little bit already, but you want to avoid like sulfates,
mm,
paraben, um, petroleum derivatives. You
yeah,
want to avoid formaldehyde releasing
yeah,
ingredients. And you're like, what are those? You scan the label, it'll show you this has the ingredients that release formaldehyde. But you like, if you can't pronounce it and they don't give you the common name, because
right,
usually they'll give you the chemical
yeah,
name, the common name in parentheses. If you can't pronounce it and it doesn't give you the common name, my admonishment to you is to look it up or to just come to Bowles Culture Beauty, and we'd be more than happy to help you.
exactly. Just go to bowl culture if
Or
you don't know.
to help
Just
you decipher
yeah,
what those things are.
yeah,
But definitely be curious. Always be curious. I think, especially in this era, the season of just taking people's word for things, just because they say it's a good product, or just because they say it's quality, or just because they
yeah,
say it's clean, that is pretty much, if it's not already over, it's coming to a close. And so we have to
yeah,
be concerned enough about our own health because nobody else is going to be. We have to
yeah.
be empowered and informed and intentional enough to advocate for ourselves, even when it comes to selecting the right products
Agree.
that we use for our skin, and seeking out brands like me, like you, that want to go the extra mile to ensure our consumers that we're creating something that is safe and effective, or a safe place to find things that are safe and effective without having to worry about what they do, or the risk of some of the things that we've been seeing in the
I
news.
know. And I hate that now we're finding out about these ingredients so long. Like they've been in
Yeah.
body care and the industry so long. And it's like we're gonna keep finding out things, which is unfortunate, but social media does make it so much easier for us to know and have access to plethora of information. And to your point earlier, like we have 6 ingredients in that specific product. I am always curious when I see like 20 plus ingredients in a product. I'm like, what's going on? And sometimes it's just to make sure another ingredient doesn't act up.
Yes.
So you add another ingredient, and then now you have 20 plus when these top 3 ingredients just need to be the top, the active ones, or those are the top 3 ingredients highlighted, but to your point, they're at the end of the ingredient list. Like I didn't find that out until I actually was creating products, how the order is actually placed into a label. So thank you for mentioning that too. And then the only other thing I would add, it's like colors and glitter, and sometimes
Uh,
these things are not needed on our skin. Like none of our products will ever be, I guess we can add this too. It's like there will be no added color or something that um, makes something that your skin doesn't need. Your
right.
skin doesn't need a rainbow colored body butter. Your skin needs, a body butter that is healthy for you. And I think sometimes we get caught up in the aesthetics of how the product looks, especially in my industry of like the butters and the creams and making it look like food and all that stuff. It's fun, but your skin doesn't need
Right.
it. Your skin doesn't need it. And I think that's just bringing it back to just get what your skin needs.
Yes.
And you need something to heal your hyperpigmentation, look up an ingredient on Google and then now backtrack to see what products have that ingredient, kind of work backwards in that instance. I found that really helpful for me too. Um, to work by ingredient, not by products
Right.
sometimes.
Right. And I think that helps, but it starts with understanding your body and
Yeah,
what it needs and
yeah.
being aware. So I think the other admonishment is to be aware about your body. Our goal, and I mean, I know we have experts, doctors, nurses, pharmacists, estheticians, healthcare professionals, but in order to know that you need their assistance, you need to know what is going on with your body. So make sure that you are informed and intentional. If you notice spots, what is this spot? Where did it come from? What does it mean? If you have a rash, why do I have this rash? What did I do? What did I eat? Am I drinking enough water? Questions that you should be asking about yourself to make sure that first and foremost you understand what is going on with you. You recognize when things are not normal, or you recognize when things are needed. And then you also recognize who you need to assist you in making sure that you are taking the absolute best care of yourself. But it is our responsibility to ourselves to first and foremost be informed and intentional, and essentially the expert on us. Not that we're not going to take expert advice or we're not going to apply that to our lives and use it in the best way possible, but we need to be informed and know what is going on so we can find the right products or the right information that guides us to the right people that can help us make informed and intentional decisions.
100%. I love that. When I do events, my first question is, are you allergic to anything before they just start trying the product? And I love when
No.
I'm, oh, I'm allergic to nuts. Well, you can't use a shea butter based
Yeah.
shea nut product on your skin, So it's like those instances where I'm happy to share the product itself, but I always want to know what's going on with someone's bodies first, and keep that in mind. If you're allergic to something ingredient wise in food, consider that in your beauty products as well.
Yeah.
So
And I think that's very, very important because I think some people don't take allergies as seriously as they should. And sometimes with each repeated exposure to something you're allergic to, it actually makes that reaction worse. So just for people that do have allergies and you say, oh, it makes my lip tingle, at some point that lip tingle is going to get worse. So stop exposing yourself to it. But I do like the fact that, well, with the exception of if they're allergic to nuts, like you have something for people that have
yeah.
sensitive skin, some
Hmm.
people that are allergic or have allergies, and it is equally effective. It just doesn't have um, the fragrance, which, by the way, comes from essential oils and not from synthetic or manufactured things. And I do appreciate that there is no glitter
Yeah.
or there rainbow colors
Yeah.
because we really cutesy is nice, but I want something that works. And so
Yeah.
I think it is important that we get past aesthetics sometimes. Not that your products aren't aesthetically pleasing, but
Yeah.
that we don't worry about all of the extra fluff, and that we focus on, is it actually doing what it said it's going to do? Is it going to serve me well? And is it going to help promote the goals that I have for the health of my skin? Or is it just going to be cute? And at the end of the day, I'm still ashy. My
Yeah.
skin is still dry. It's cracked. It's not healthy, but it's
It's
glittery. So
cute.
we
Yeah. Yeah.
have to consider those things. Um,
For sure. And that's another reason why our packaging is so colorful,
mhm.
because you should have this
Yes.
similar experience. You should want to have this on your counter or share it with a friend, but the itself, it doesn't have to have all that we're talking about, like the inside of it, but we're still fun as the next brand when it comes to, marketing, things like that.
And girlfriends, if you have any questions about butter specifically, or even about ingredients and products, make sure that you drop them. I think, oh, I didn't, oh, we've been on here almost an hour. I didn't know we were going to go that long.
Oh,
But the information is good.
it's
And I
so
think it is important
good.
them to be introduced to our heart behind the businesses that are Bold Culture Beauty and Buttered. And girlfriends, I want to remind you we're on this live together today because Butter'd Bodycare is now available at Bold Culture Beauty. So you can try the full range of products if you are in Orlando or anywhere actually in the US or Canada, preferably with the tariff situation.
Yeah,
But we
forever.
will ship throughout the US for sure, or you can stop by the store. We are located in the West Oaks Mall in Ocoee, Florida. You can stop by the store and pick up our newest favorite
I'm
products,
so
um, Buttered Body Care, which are available now at Bold Culture Beauty. And be on the lookout because this is just the beginning. We're going to be doing a lot of things together over this year, creating some space and opportunity for you to actually meet the brand, to experience the products, and to enjoy everything that we have to offer. And most importantly, be informed about how to better take care of yourself and your skin and even your hair. So stay on the lookout because there's going to be some amazing things coming down the pipeline. If you want to tell people again who you are, what you do, and how they can find you, go ahead and do that. Oh,
bored.
before you do that, there is another question. Are the products good for someone with eczema?
Yes, I have eczema. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fun fact, our first product I had for a year, it was unscented. It's actually all fluff that you mentioned someone came in and bought earlier. Yes. Because I have eczema and I'm not a person that needs every single fragrance in the world on my skin. I believe that's what perfume is for. Literally, if our customers didn't request the scent, we would not have any to this day. Helly Jelly is unscented as well. Really good for sensitive skin, hyper sensitive skin, and then also those prone to eczema and those who already have existing eczema. So I highly suggest all fluff or jelly if you do have eczema. They work wonders for my flare ups. I have it on my back, actually, in between my hands. So, yeah, I thank you for asking because I could talk about eczema all day.
Maybe
you know,
that'll be our next live. We'll do some
yeah,
yeah.
eczema, exactly. Yes, I rarely get to talk about it. People, love the products, obviously, but a lot of my customers do have dry skin conditions, which is more than I anticipated before I launched. But I'm always loving, that conversation of my daughter has eczema. What should I do? And again, people asking questions and being curious is where it all starts. Um, so yeah, I want to say thank you to you as well before I get into my whole blurb. Yeah, does somebody say
There's
something?
one more question, but I
Really?
think you
Okay. I can
Yes,
see
but
them.
keep the questions coming, guys. It
Yes,
doesn't have to
please.
be the last
Okay, let
question.
me
If you
pause.
have
Let me pause.
questions, please ask them. But they are asking if it is safe for kids, and I think you kind of gave that answer away. But you can go ahead and speak to that as well.
Yes, absolutely. So right now, the most used product by kids or parents for kids is Helly Jelly. I know I keep talking about it, but it is very versatile. You can use it on your lips, and you can use it on your body itself. You have the 4 ounces in store where you literally can have it. You can share that between you, yourself, and your children. A little goes a long way with most of the products as well. So you can use that depending how old your children are, like diaper rash, lips, full face before bed. It is, again, a versatile product. And then the kids also do love the oils. For some reason, I think it's spreadable, like the
Hmm.
spreadable products do really, really nice with the kids as well. And they smell lovely. So I would suggest those two collections.
Okay, and both of them are available at
Well,
Bold's Culture Beauty.
culture, exactly. Rack up on all of us.
Yes, rack up on all of them because I definitely am. I'm super excited about. I'm gonna try to order it online and not buy it out the store first. But I'm super excited
I'm
about
the city so.
trying the Helly Jelly,
Yes.
and pairing it with the Hyper Mango Glaze.
Yes.
Just
I
put
love
onto that on here. I definitely want to try it, and I think I'll make some content surrounding it. So I'm looking forward
it.
to doing
Let's
that. But
do it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love pairing the products. I love mix matching. Oh, what do I feel like today? Because I can't. But it is something like in discovering a new combination that makes it a little bit more fun for me. Mhm. Yeah. Do we have any other
I
questions?
think I don't see any additional questions.
But great questions.
Yes,
Good.
they were great questions.
Yeah, for sure. Yes. Yeah, I can't even see
You
anything.
can.
I
I
know.
don't.
I wish I could follow and like and all this stuff, but I can't. But that's okay. Make sure you follow both of us
Yes.
on our social media profiles. If you have any other questions, you love the live. I love answering questions about all things product ingredients. So this is all the most fun to me.
Yeah.
So again, wanted to thank you on saying yes to us and becoming partners. I've been a fan of you for a long, long time when
Yay.
it comes to education and being confident in it too, and just saying, I know my stuff. Here's how to share it, and here's how I can share it. So I've been kind of a consumer or receiver on your end for a while. So to work with you has been the utmost pleasure. So I'm happy to see the magic that we'll make.
Hey, yes. I'm super excited about the magic that we're making, and thank you for appreciating
Uh,
the information and the education. I think it is lost on people how valuable it can be to be informed
yeah,
and how valuable it is for someone to want to inform you,
yeah,
and empower you. And it is definitely something that builds confidence for consumers. When you know better, you can do
mm,
better. I People say knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is power. And so what
mm,
I'm doing is giving you the knowledge, the insight, the intel, and the information, and then it's up to you to apply it so that you can get the best results for your hair and also for your skin. So thank
yeah.
you for seeking me out. I appreciate that.
Ooh,
You have been a
yeah,
fan for a while. Super excited about what is in store for Bold's Culture Beauty and Butter'd Body Care. Um,
I love that.
oh, and thank you for the congratulations. It says congratulations
Thank
on the
you. Thank
super
you so
excited about that. Y'all stay tuned because I think this is going to be this is the start of something
yeah.
amazing. Amazing and something really beautiful. We appreciate everybody that has joined us and that has tuned in on this Friday afternoon. Thank you for rocking with us for about an hour. We really enjoyed it, and we look forward to sharing more with you, empowering you with more information on how to be intentional when it comes to skincare and hair care. And stay tuned because there's a lot to more to come from us. And if you're looking to get your hands on Butter'd Body Care, it is now available
Oh,
at Bold's Culture Beauty. So we ship. all throughout the US, and we cannot wait to serve you. So thanks so much for joining us. Y'all have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Bye, guys.
Bye.